The biggest surprise coming out of the Super Investor Q3 buys has to be Michael Burry, Robert Vinal, and David Tepper buying China tech through Alibaba, JD.com, and Pinduoduo. Now, looking specifically at Michael Burry, we've got, like I said, Alibaba and JD.com as new buys, but we've also got one in Booking Holdings. So they're pretty significant stakes. Look, Michael Burry comes in and out of stocks quite often, so I don't know whether I think this is a long-term purchase or a trade. Not quite sure what's going on here. But it's interesting to see that Rob Vinal at RV Capital has made this purchase into Pinduoduo. And that's a new purchase, and he is a long-term investor. This is not going to be a trade for him. And just confirming for David Tepper that he has a stake, he's increased his stake in Pinduoduo, along with increasing his holdings in Meta and Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet, so some of the big tech companies in the US too. Now, speaking of US tech, Bill Ackman has made a move and doubled down on his stake in Google. So that has now turned into a reasonable position of the portfolio, up to 5%. It's the lowest of his holdings, but it's starting to turn into a reasonable number, especially with the size of Bill Ackman's portfolio. And then if we go look at Stephen Mandel at Lone Pine, we've got a new buy of Meta Platforms, which has now turned into the biggest position. So more US tech. MasterCard has been added to. Salesforce has been added to. Google has been a buy as well in the quarter, just like Pershing Square. And so US tech has been added to for a handful of these guys' portfolios. China tech as well. Now, moving away from all that tech stuff, we've got Pat Dorsey at Dorsey Asset Management buying Dollar General, which is interesting. So that's a new name for the list. This has got some following on Twitter recently as well, I've noticed. So maybe there's something here, something for us to look into potentially. I don't know the thesis on Dollar General at all. Monish Prabrai at Prabrai Investment Funds had made a new investment into Arch Resources. And I like to go to TIKR Terminal for Monish Prabrai because it shows all the international holdings in Races and Edelweiss, so his Indian stuff and his Turkish stuff as well. Arch Resources being a coal producer, so that's something that's way outside my comfort zone for the mining coal related people out there. Arch Resources might be an interesting name. So there's a fair bit of money getting poured into these big tech companies, and I keep track of my expected returns of the big tech companies in Yes Stocks, No Stocks. There's a link in the description for that. I also have serial acquirers in that email, and I'm also going to put out a section on small caps as well that I find interesting with high expected returns. So hopefully there's a lot of value in that email, and you can sign up in the link below. All right, so I hope you got some ideas here. We've had China tech, we've had US tech, we've got Dollar General and Arch Resources, I think, being the things to take away from this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.